first part of the show is we're gonna talk about the trade deadline was one. Woo! I mean, did the trade deadline make you forget this? It's a Super Bowl this week.
Silver, hey, say what you want. I think Silver pushed the button.
Okay,
Said, "Hey,
they always
I
taking
want,
over.
I
Yeah,
want to reclaim my time.
yeah,
I want to reclaim my time." I think Silver pushed the button, and hey, and it started with Luca.
yeah,
But yeah, let's go ahead and run through some of these trades and give our thoughts on the NBA. We're gonna use the NBA draft tracker just so it's like, hey, let's
yeah.
see if we could, make sure we get everything and not miss nothing.
I mean, I
This
feel
move,
bad. Yeah, I feel bad for Marcus Smart. Got traded for some pennies to the Wizards. I mean, it didn't
but
really work out like we thought it was for Memphis. So I get him and unload him. But yeah, what you about to say?
I was gonna say for Marcus Smart, it's unfortunate and I hate it. But for the Wizards, I think it was an actual good move because they needed some adults in the room.
Hmm.
He's a consummate professional. He's going to lock in, and he's one of those players that's a defender. And hey, this is it's what they needed. And at this point in his career, maybe that's just what Marcus Smart needed. Yeah,
At this, I mean, they got him, and then we're gonna talk about Chris Middleton too when he gets down
yeah.
there. But yeah, I just still feel bad for anybody going to Washington right now.
And, yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
James Wiseman was a salary dump because he is out for the season right now for the Raptors. So that's just a contract thing that they just did. Jake Larivia, that's wrong. He got traded to Memphis earlier, but he got rerouted. He's going to the Kings.
Yeah.
So yeah, shouts out to the Kings. The Kings make some weird moves,
Yeah,
but
was unsure what they doing. They was smoking that beam up there.
it's like they was trying to, like they got rid of Fox, so now it's like we trying to still compete. And I was like, okay, all right.
Cause
Yep.
like we'll get there.
Yeah. Kevin Porter Jr. got up out of there from the Clippers, got to the Bucks. He had been, playing decently for the Clippers. So the Bucks getting another wing to go along with some of the things that they lost. Chris Middleton, nice move, pick up.
Yeah, for sure.
Ha ha ha. Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. Finally happened. He finally got him up out of there. And I'll give the floor to you, my brother.
I believe, this was kind of this was almost what this is what Jimmy was asking Pat Riley to do. Not necessarily like even though that team was a little bit different, but it's just like give me something like give me another star to play with to try and, help me take this, you know, take some of this weight off my shoulders. Like we've seen, playoff Jimmy's like, he over there looking like the Popeye lady, in the finals. Just he literally out there doing it all. And this is just what he's wanted. And it wasn't necessarily like, oh, give me, build me a super team so we can contend for a title, but it was more so just give me some help, and then I'll try and do the rest. Hey, hop on my back, but just give me some help. And I think this is one of those things where it's just like this was a move to kind of allow Steph to have some meaningful games down the back end of his career, where it's like he can have someone else that he could rely on and score, defend, and is a professional. You know what I mean? So it's not like he's got to, do all this kind of like teaching on the court. Someone who is, really seasoned in the like the NBA game, and Steph don't have to tell them nothing. Like Jimmy know what to do, and Jimmy also knows how to be a not even
Yeah,
necessarily a
yeah,
role
yeah,
player, but
yeah.
he knows how to fall into multiple roles to allow Steph the freedom to do what he needs to do to really excel in his role as well. And so I think this is not a championship move, but this is a move that allows Steph to kind of continue his reign as the greatest Golden State Warrior and one of the greatest players of this generation.
This isn't a championship move that you believe. And who in the West is a contender in your opinion right now?
OKC,
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say
Yeah,
okay. I would say OKC, but there are some other teams that I think are still better even with this trade.
that's not what I asked you.
I know, I know,
I asked you who did you say who did you feel is a contender? And you only could name one team.
but I also feel that like I feel that way. It ain't a whole bunch of teams on the other side either. That's all I'm saying.
Two on the other side that are legitimate contenders right now, and it's
Right.
another third team that you have to worry about over there in the East. So at least we at least got the three teams on the East. You gave me one on the West with Jimmy's skill set, with him being able to play off ball, but him being able to slab, to him to actually play within their system. I think he's going to fit seamlessly and help them. I'm not saying they it is a log jam after you get from the 6 seed down.
Yeah.
It's a log jam, so anything can happen. But uh, as of now, they're looking at the play in
Right.
matchup dependent. They can still do some things depending on who they match up with. And we do know in the playoffs it is about matchups. So now you just can't load up on a Steph and just bank on somebody else to beat you. You know what I'm saying? The fit between we haven't seen Jimmy play basketball in a long time, basically, and his season this year was not his best. So we really don't know what he will actually bring to the table. We just going off of his reputation, which that's all we can go off at this point. You know what I'm saying? But I do feel that with this addition, without giving up Kaminga, they
Yeah.
have an opportunity to uh rise up in the seedings, and depending on who they match up against, you can give them a chance because they do have organizational benefit of the doubt
Right.
still
And
back then.
the only reason why I said I don't necessarily look at them as a contender still is just because, I mean, to me, yes, like you still got Steph, but it's just like Buddy Hield ain't looking like, you know,
Yeah.
you want him to look. Uh Podzmiski, like, I
Hmm.
mean, he's cool, but come playoff time, is that the depth that you really going to, be able to rely on? Moses Moody, like, are you going to be able to rely on that? Like, like I said, there's not tons of bigs in the West, but it's just like when you start matching up with some of those teams, like if you go against if you go against the Nuggets, I mean,
Yeah, it's barbecue
like
chicken. Jokic barbecue chicken. Yeah.
what's going to happen there?
Yeah.
And like I said, and so even some of the other teams in the West is just like, yeah, y'all cool, but like even right now, it's just like, do y'all have anybody that could like get like, even if they go against the Rockets, that could be a toss up because them young boys
Rockets not.
can.
Yeah, Rockets not ready for the playoffs yet. Them young
Right,
boys is regular season young boys. And they are good,
right,
but we
but
do we do know it takes playoff experience. That definitely always takes the cakes.
right. It takes it sounds like that, but sometimes we've seen it a couple times too. Hey, like you can get caught with some of these young teams because just like we just come in the hoop.
Hmm.
We we want to take y'all down. So that can happen too. We've seen that happen before. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fine. But overall, I'm happy that this saga is finally over. I'm
Yeah.
tired of people coming at me like I'm Jimmy's agent, yelling at me. Well, what does Jimmy want? And I'm trying to explain what's the situation. They still ain't trying to hear it. They just so sick of Jimmy. Jimmy's just the worst thing in life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, Pat Riley ain't done nothing. This ain't none of his fault. Okay, cool. This is
But the crazy thing about, well, not even the crazy thing. The funny thing about it is this is on brand for Pat Riley.
okay.
It was Wade County at one point, and he was playing hardball with Dwayne Wade.
Hmm.
Like even the one play he talked about, oh, he wanted to keep LeBron there. He was playing hardball with LeBron.
It's eerily similar when they lost their last finals game, and he came to the podium, and he was on his pack. I just wanted one rumor that just pissed me off the most, which was they delayed the plane for Jimmy. And then when he said he wasn't coming, they just left. Jimmy Butler delayed the plane. And it's the same Pat Riley's team that wouldn't let LeBron James eat cookies on the plane. Now, let me say this again. This is the same Pat Riley team that wouldn't let LeBron James eat cookies on the plane. But you mean to tell me y'all gonna let Jimmy Butler delay the plane?
Hey, Gil told me, told everybody, but Gil said, hey, obviously you let certain players get away with certain stuff. If it's already known that Jimmy may fly on the plane separate to a destination. So y'all didn't delay. Jimmy told y'all, I'll meet y'all there. What's different? Like, what's changed? What's changed is you needed something to put out there so you can get the conduct detrimental to the team, so you could justify your indefinite suspension.
And Jimmy has a history, so it's easy to buy in all these negative stories because it's Jimmy being Jimmy again. Like I say, which Jimmy could have handled this a lot better. He tried to go the sophisticated route, but at the end of the day, you got to go for what you know.
Hey, sometimes,
all the off-season work out when you left. Hey, sometimes I just got to go right when it's time. Oh man, it's a couple this one. Once we get here, what is the biggest underrated move for you, and that's not getting enough attention? Once we get there, you will know, my brother. Cody Zeller was a salary dump to the Rockets. He wasn't even playing. Bojan Bogdanovic to the Clippers. But I don't understand why every time he gets traded, people act like he's not Bojan Bogdanovic.
Bogey, but I like Bogey though. But he's still bogged down. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I like him.
This is the move that I want to discuss. DeAndre Hunter to the Cavs. Remember what I said? What is the underrated move that nobody's talking about? This is it. Another a wing that can seamlessly fit right there with this team that they don't have to stop nothing they're doing. All he can do is all positive, metrics towards what they built already.
And he can guard like a motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying? So you already have a defensive liability when it comes to Spider, Donovan Mitchell. I get it. You got Jared Allen, you got Mosley, holding down the front court. But like you said, you needed
that wing defender. Yeah, you needed that wing defender, and that helps them so much because, like you said, now you can not necessarily. Yeah, matter of fact, you can protect Donovan Mitchell when he's out there, and you can allow him to be the scorer, focus on the scoring. Hey, DeAndre, go lock up, and then you still got them trees in the paint.
It helps you match up with the Celtics, and like you said, it's going to also help you match up with the Knicks. Like I said, the Knicks are that team that I had number 3, but what they've shown us the past couple of seasons, that playoff Knicks is real. Playoff Brunson is real. So you're going to have to come to play in a series when it comes to this. So you're going to need all hands on deck. And getting DeAndre Hunter, I like what they got going on. Like I said, they already been balling, this season in the East. I know nobody really cares to talk about him because Donovan Mitchell has a negative playoff history, so we don't want to believe into the Cavs. I get it. I understand how the NBA has already got us to think about it.
A player can have a negative playoff history until they don't.
Hey, so
Steve Young couldn't get over the hump. Then he did. Yeah, got that monkey off his back. You know what I'm saying? It happens until it ain't.
Your guy Jusuf Nurkic got traded to the Hornets. Got traded to the Hornets for Cody Martin and
they could have easily just did that with the Nick Richards trade. I just like what was we doing?
It didn't make sense. It does make sense because I'm pretty sure it
makes sense because it was like after the fact, but still, it's just like
that's why. Yeah, the hindsight was 2020 when we was like, you could have just did this for Nick Richards and all that. But I'm pretty sure that it was probably trying to attach him with somebody else. So, but yeah, attaching he had to fall off that bad. He had to get attached with a first.
And that's one of the reasons why it's like, man, for that first with what we need as this team, hey dog, you might just have to stay.
Patrick Baldwin. I think he was in that Chris Middleton trade.
Middleton, yeah.
So yeah, he got free from DC. That's all we care about. But he's going to San Antonio. Shouts out to him. Davion Mitchell. Okay.
Just getting bodies because Jimmy gone.
That's pretty much what it is. And maybe he become, something when and Pat Riley was Spo coaching him. But shouts out to the Heat. Glad I got out of that narcotic. Jared Butler traded to the 76ers. Reggie Jackson traded to the Wizards. He's probably going to get brought out. So, yeah, shouts out to him.
Hey, let's make the numbers work.
Mark Williams.
How you feel about this one?
I think the compensation was just a little bit too much. But he is young, big tall man. So,
big tall man.
A lot of
at least 30.
And once again, you've seen Luka enough in the league to know what he needs from his big man. He needs a lob threat. So the Lakers only had Jackson Hayes at the time. So you need another quality. You need another quality big. He is young.
Nice little, tall body that can,
I think he's averaging 16 and 10. Like I said, he's been rotting away in Charlotte. Like I said,
right? Those numbers will drop, but he could probably have a bigger impact.
And it's similar to this is what all teams should be doing. It's similar to what the Mavs did last year when they went and got a Daniel Gafford from the Wizards. It's like, who is Daniel Gafford? Of course you don't know him. He's been rotting with the Wizards.
Yep.
And then he come to Dallas and he play.
Put him in some structure. See what happens, and boom, you never know. Something might hit.
Yeah. So like I say, giving up Dalton Knecht, and Dalton Knecht he's had a roller coaster type of rookie year. Maybe it'll come back to haunt you in later on in life, but I think
here's my thing. When it comes to team structure, would I rather have Dalton Knecht, Luka, and the team as it was, or would I rather have Luka and Mark Williams when you already have Jackson Hayes in place because you needed big bodies? You still got other players, but it's just like you do need some big bodies. And like you said, you needed some rim runners, that can kind of get the lob with Luka and as well. So to me, I think Dalton Knecht,
in that scenario, you have to go with a Mark. Like Dalton Knecht is let's talk about it. He's a defensive liability, bro.
Exactly.
We know Luka can't play no defense. So
it's almost like, can you even have those two on the court together?
Exactly. So it was gonna be counterproductive regardless. Even if he was kicking it out and he was hitting the three and he was actually giving you the offense that you thought he was.
Because how many threes you giving up, how many and ones you giving up because you're getting blown by. So it's just like, to me, in this sense, like, hey, it makes sense in my eyes for roster management that, hey, yes, you give up Dalton Knecht, who has showed some offensive flashes, but Mark, like you said, Mark Williams is young too, and you're gonna take some of these minutes off of his body by having Jackson Hayes, in tow. Shout out to Cincinnati.
But shouts out to 757. I like my guy from North.
Hey, but you got my guy Jackson from the town.
You know what I'm saying? We from the town.
What I mean?
Brandon Ingram to the Raptors.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk about why did you do that?
I don't like, to me, with the Raptors, I don't know what the vision is. Maybe I think that's what it comes down to with me. Like, I understand, hey, Brandon Ingram, you add him to it. You got Scotty Barnes, Brandon Ingram. That's a great wing pairing.
Go ahead.
But I just don't know what they're like. Where's it going? What are you trying? I understand you're trying to just get more talent in, but
that's it. That's it.
Yeah,
they are trying to accumulate talent. You know what I'm saying? And the more talent they have, the more ammunition that they can have to go probably use somebody as a trade piece to go try to improve this team. But you have to get the talent to do that. Like you said, I get it. It's clunky having RJ Barrett, having Scotty Barnes, and now adding Brandon Ingram to the mix. Like I say,
Yeah,
all play the same
that
position,
yeah, and
but three
that's why
different
I was
ways.
saying it's just like to me that just seems crowded. And
Yeah,
then like I said, and then throw Grady Dick in the mix too, pause. But it's just like you're acquire like some like your best young talent. It's like they all kind of like they all kind of step on each other's toes.
yo, we never throwing Dick in the mix. Like I don't know. I don't know. That's yo. He got to change his name, bro. Like it's nothing that, like it's no. We're never going to be this mature, bro. Like never in life. I don't care how old we get, bro. It's like this is insane, bro. It's nothing you can say, bro. Like you like think about that statement you really tried to make, bro. It was a regular statement.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like, but it's crazy, bro. Like, all right, Jonas Valanciunas. Like, I think this was a move that we were trying to talk about earlier. Going to the Kings. What are you doing? You traded for Levine. Okay, cool. You try to get another piece that you let De'Aaron Fox go. Okay, trying to compete or you still trying to stay afloat. I get it. All right, bet.
Yeah, because to me, the moment where it was like, okay, we're moving on from De'Aaron Fox, it's like
Blow it up.
blow it up. Like, why are you? Because now to me, it's like just like we were just talking about with the Raptors. You got DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine, like
Again. Like,
Spider-Man meme, like, like what? Like, and so it's just like, yeah, Jonas Valanciunas is a good big, and so now Sabonis, he can kind of play the four and move around a little bit too.
mm-hmm.
But it's like you could have kept De'Aaron Fox and got Valanciunas.
but what? Think about it. You got Levine. You got DeMar DeRozan. You got Sabonis. And now you got Valanciunas. If you really think about, you think what Keegan Murphy, what
Keegan
Mitchell,
Murray,
whatever,
Keegan Murray,
whoever, Keegan, whoever,
Keegan Michael Key.
yeah, you think that his shooting is gonna be enough to spread this out?
Nope.
Okay, that's nasty, bro. And it lets you know another incompetent front office that really don't know what they're doing because this is another trade that they ain't really getting the value from, bro. What did you get
Yeah.
for Fox? What did you get for Fox? Oh, 3 first-round picks. What did you get for Halliburton? We don't even remember. Okay.
And my thing is like if you're gonna get picks, go get picks. Why are you just like what do you need DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine for? Because it's like those aren't moves that are gonna be like, okay, yeah, we can kind of make some noise. Like, yeah, it's gonna be okay. But it's just like, for what? Why are you prolonging the inevitable? Yeah. Just go hoard some picks. Hey, I guarantee you it's some teams that'll send you some picks for DeMar DeRozan. I guarantee you some teams that'll send you some picks for Zach LaVine. It may not be a whole bunch, but it could do something for you. Like it could do something for your future, and then you could be a little bit more competitive down the line.
Daniel Tice went to the Thunder from the Pelicans. Some big man insurance. Hart Isaiah Hartenstein been injured. Chet probably come back, and we seen Chet in the playoff without another big. You
needed somebody with some rocks in their shoes.
Yeah, so that's all that he gonna do. Jaden Springer got traded to the Rockets. Shouts out to him. Okay,
we can move on.
Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks. How did you feel about that? Because I didn't like that.
For Chris Middleton, it seems like
you did say pause.
Yes, I did pause. I did say pause. It seems like it's kind of like a meh trade, but I also think that Kyle Kuzma has talent. Yes. He has talent. Kyle Kuzma has talent. I think with Chris Middleton getting up in age and, some of the injuries that he's had in key moments, I think a lot of times it kind of drew I think it may have kind of like drew the ire of that front office. Like, yo, we want somebody to be able to be present when it's playoff time. And so I think maybe that's why they kind of, went with somebody who can bring some upside in Kyle Kuzma. And again, he was playing AAU basketball over there in Washington where they were just doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. And so I think that maybe they feel like they can put him in some structure and he can add some value. But it's like Chris Middleton kind of knew what you guys were about. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
And I maybe I say I hated it was a little too harsh because let's be honest, Chris Middleton hasn't done anything for the Bucks since they won the championship. He's been injured and he's been inconsistent since that championship. And how that championship was a long time ago.
Long ass time ago.
At this point, so getting him,
I would know.
So moving on from him was cool. Getting Kyle Kuzma, cool. Another, so give you a third scorer that you can use. Y'all defense been the issue. Giannis can't check everybody. You know what I'm saying? And Brook Lopez is really only gonna do what Brook Lopez does around the paint. That's about it. Dame ain't about to check nobody.
Not a soul.
Kuzma ain't about to check nobody. Mike Beasley ain't about to check nobody. The people that they have, like they needed a 3-and-D defender.
Mm-hmm.
And based off a brief overview of their roster, maybe I'm overlooking somebody, but I don't see that, and I think that's what they desperately needed. But I mean, you're getting nothing from Chris Middleton, so shouts out to Kuzma getting free from DC. I feel bad for KJ Martin. I think he got rerouted to Utah.
Yeah, I would have liked him in Detroit though. With a bunch of young players, and they could all kind of grow together, and then it kind of, like you said, you could fit in next to Cade and all of that.
But they actually been playing some good ball, man.
Yeah.
Caleb Martin, he free from Philly. He went to the Mavs, so another piece that they could use.
Yeah, for sure.
But who did they give up for? When they gave up Quentin Grimes? Yeah, Quentin Grimes. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, cool.
We didn't discuss the actual trade about De'Aaron Fox. We alluded to it last episode. Going to the Spurs. He is with the Spurs. They didn't give up Stephon Castle, which De'Aaron Fox wanted to play with him for sure. I'm surprised that they still have Chris Paul on this roster.
I don't know how long that's going to last, to be quite honest.
I mean, it's going to have to last for the season. That's it. But to get the full product of what these two can actually do, you got to get Chris Paul up out of there, bro.
Yeah.
You got to get Chris Paul. You got to let De'Aaron Fox run the show. You got to get the 2-man game with him and Wemby, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we discussed it. We pretty much wrapping up. We did AD trade, PJ Tucker. Just go home, bro. Grab the mic, dog.
Bro, he needs some shoe money, dog.
Grab the mic, dog. I'm pretty sure his podcast will do numbers. Go ahead, grab the mic, PJ.
Is Vice still around? Because he should do like a sneaker show with Vice.
I'm pretty sure they still are around.
Yeah.
Whatever. Grab a mic, dog.
Yeah.
Come join us, dog. Nick Richards to the Suns. Okay. No, Infinity. We already talked. So we hit
everything. Hey, look at the time. We did our thing. Hey,
I'm proud of us.
Hell yeah.